This is Emerald, and she walked away from her 68,000 subscriber YouTube channel and started a brand new. After 4 videos and 0 clients, she reached out to me, asking for my help because she wants to hit consistent 20k months. And after taking a look at her new channel, I quickly realized she is making the 3 mistakes every coach and consultant is making that holds them back from attracting their ideal client and actually scaling their income. And no, it's not time. YouTube is not a long-term game. It's not a big audience, and it's not some kind of hidden gem. These mistakes are the simplest things ever. But when you learn to solve them, your business changes. Having a full calendar with ready-to-buy leads is not a dream anymore. I know it firsthand because when I first solved these issues in my business, I generated $21,700 in just 47 days. If you pay close attention and learn what I taught Emerald, you can scale to a consistent 20k per month with one simple YouTube channel. And even the next video you publish could add an extra 5 to 10k to your business. So without further ado, let's roll the clip.
Now I want to get back to this video, which I had time to actually go through. And I want to start with every video's most important thing, which is the title. So the title is How I Overcame Self-Sabotage and How You Can Learn from My Mistakes. The problem is that people do not know you, like on this channel. Now, why does this matter for you? Because when you create a video around yourself, example, how I overcame self-sabotage, and you do not paint the dream scenario or outcome, meaning what's the outcome of overcoming your self-sabotage, leads to have no reason to click because you do not have that many views. If you have a YouTube channel with a big core audience who come back and watch your YouTube videos, it does make sense because you create a video like this, it gets 2 to 5k views, and other like old viewers see the video, the amount of views, and it convinces them to click. So the big mistake, which I see immediately, is that as a small channel, you're creating a title which works well on big channels, but doesn't work well on small channels. With small channels, we're going to go into that, like what you need to do. But the most important thing is painting the dream scenario. Now, there was actually a study done by Ed Lawrence on this, where the videos he created where he had his own name in it, or like not own name, I did something, until he had 100,000 subscribers, it didn't perform better or as close to those where you are targeting the ICP's pains, problems, or desires. So the solution, what would be the solution for this title and this video? The solution would be painting the dream scenario clean. An idea is how I stopped sabotaging myself in my work. That's one dream scenario. Like, I am not sabotaging myself anymore. That's what people really want. They do not want to know how you overcame it or how they can learn from your mistakes. They want to know how to achieve the dream scenario. And you did not mention it in this video. But now, if you would have just simply this thumbnail, like the title, sorry, how I stopped sabotaging myself in my work. The problem is that people have seen videos like this. What makes them click on yours, especially as a small channel? So you get the selected angle that stands out from all the other similar videos on YouTube. And I did like a 5-minute look or search into other outliers I can use. And I would do something like how to outsmart your body to stop procrastination, or how to outsmart your body to stop self-sabotage. And again, something that people get is the dream outcome, stopping self-sabotage, stopping procrastination with something new, like outsmarting. This is like, if I see a video on my homepage, how to outsmart your body to stop self-sabotage, it's like, I never seen this before. Let me actually click. Is there something there? So if you're using,
I do like it as in something that's like clickable. However, one of the things in terms of the content itself, there might be a little bit of a mismatch between the title and the content, because it's not so much about outsmarting a part of yourself. It's more like you work with that part of yourself. So it's almost like it's like the opposite of outsmarting it. And so that would be my only concern. I think it's a good catchy title, but I want to make sure that it like pays off the thing that the people are like looking for.
This is something that you have to learn and integrate into your workflow, because you have to play with bold claims
Mhm.
like these. Otherwise, you have a smaller chance to actually succeed. That doesn't mean that you have to lie. Like, you do not have to create a video that how to outsmart your body. You can still have the same idea, but like the idea that you have to play with your own body, not outsmart your body, right? But what you have to do, or how you have to approach it, is you have this bold thing at the start, you claim something big, and the next thing you do is in the hook, you play around it. So what you do in your hook is you explain how to outsmart your body, but it's not how most people think. It's actually not outsmarting your body, it's something else, but it works much better. And
Mhm.
now you took this big, bold claim that you said to get people to click, and you made them realize that that's not what they actually need, or that what they uh, need, yeah, but
Mhm.
rather something else. And so, how I like to think about this is the title and thumbnail is really giving them what they want, and the hook is explaining what they need, and the script is delivering the actual. So this is how you have to think about it.
Mhm.
So one thing which I added here is you can use our GPT as well. So
Mhm.
I think I've shown you this. We have this video helper for our clients, and what you can do is you can go like open this video, for example, and I can go take the transcript of the video. I can copy it. I can come here and be like, hey, create a new title, or create 5 new titles for my video. Or like, uh, hey, my current packaging doesn't work. Create 5 new titles for my video. And you just send over the transcript, everything, and it's going to think about it and give you some outlier-based video ideas or like titles. It usually starts with what's the problem, what's not working, and afterwards it gives you some ideas. I still feel like there is work to be done here, but I like to use it because it gives me ideas. They're not perfect for sure. It's AI, right? You cannot perfect it immediately, but it can be better. For example, like it tells you that the best one is this. You're not lazy. This is why you keep sabotaging. I wouldn't use this. Like, this is not the best it gives you. But for example, um, this is not that bad. Like, I thought I was self-sabotaging or something wrong. It's not that bad. Your self-sabotage is trying to protect you. Here's how. Like, this is like again a unique uh angle to talk about it. Like, this is one of the best it told you right now.
Mhm.
A unique way that you can introduce it. It still again doesn't introduce the dream scenario. Like, who cares about self-sabotage? Like, you should somehow in now implement the dream scenario, and it could be a really good title and thumbnail combination. But this is basically the first thing I wanted to point out with the title. And until now, does everything make sense?
Mhm. Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Mhm.
The next thing I'm going to talk about is the thumbnail. Now, the problem with the thumbnail is when someone reads your title, they're thinking about, okay, let's do an example. How I overcame self-sabotage and how you can learn from mistakes. Okay, how did you overcome it? What mistakes did you make? Like, how can I actually do that? And what does your thumbnail deliver when they look at that? Their question is not answered. Their mind is like, what can I learn? Your thumbnail is, you can too.
Mhm.
Like, it's not, it doesn't match. And there is again, this stops them from clicking on the thumbnail. And the other is your facial expression does not match the keywords in the title. The keywords are overcome mistakes, and your facial expression is more like explaining something. You're in the process of explaining something.
Mhm.
And this is like, how can you learn or how you can learn from my mistakes? There is the mistakes, which is like, for me, it's really about your mistakes. Like, I feel like, hey, what mistakes you made, but your thumbnail's facial expression, it's like raw explaining something,
Mhm.
does not match that vibe. And so again, there's a dissonance here, not a match. Now, the solution to this thumbnail is validating the gap uh, in your thumbnail. So how you have to think about this is, what are people thinking when they see your title? What are they thinking? And the next thing is, how can I validate what they are thinking and increase curiosity on the thumbnail by correctly leveraging my facial expression, or like my body language, text, objects, and colors? Because this is how it works. I don't know if you have checked out I did give you access to our explanation on YouTube, right? Like the what we call a course, like information modules. I gave you access to that.
Yeah, we had the course that had all of the materials and things in there. Yes.
Okay, so in there I explained the packaging, where how do human, like people, process the packaging.
Mhm.
The first thing is they look at the thumbnail because the contrast got their attention. They read the title. If the title is good, it opens a gap in their mind.
Mhm.
And when they have the gap in their mind, they look back at the thumbnail and validate the gap. Try to find evidence that validates that gap. And if that all happens in like one by one, you get a click. Someone clicks and you got a view, like you got a click from a cold viewer. Now, where most people mess up is the title gap is not that great. Like, for example, this really failed at the title gap because that's not great enough. And after the validation. Or for example, with this title gap as well, there could be a thumbnail combination somehow that would get a click. But again, it's most likely the title and after the thumbnail. So just big problems around the packaging is going to be the weak title, which
Mhm.
leads to a weak gap, no curiosity and no click, and the sole thumbnail. I feel like the thumbnail was not created by thinking in systems.
Mhm.
The title and thumbnail work together. It's like synergy. You cannot be like, hey, I will create the title, I will create the thumbnail. No. What's the title? How can I now create the thumbnail? We start with the title and after
Mhm.
create the thumbnail to make sure that the thumbnail validates the gap that the title opens. So I hope until now it makes sense. This is what I really wanted to go through on the title. I will go into the video just in a second, but any questions so far?
Let's see. I think I did have a question a moment ago, but I've kind of lost it. But if it comes back, I'll let you know.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. So this was more of a overview, if it makes sense, because we could now like break down the colors that you use, the font that you use, or the text that you use, or the composition or whatnot. But the biggest mistakes I see right now is not those. The biggest mistakes are overall the high level things are incorrect.
Mhm. That makes sense.
Perfect. So let's get into the video. Inside the video, the hook mistakes. Let's read the hook and after that I will explain. Hi, this is Emerald, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you a time that I work in procrastination and self-sabotage. This is the issue. You're talking with yourself.
Mhm.
I overcame self-sabotage. I had to say, no one cares. Like,
Mhm.
no one cares.
I get you. Yeah, actually, I
Next.
just like watched a video where it was like, oh, like, you know, a lot of like, because there's like a proliferation of AI, like more personal stories with personal things are like more interesting to people. So that's why I created one that was specifically like, hey, here's something I did, you know, something that a machine can't give. So that's what I was thinking when I created it. Mhm.
A really good idea. I will
Mhm.
explain what's the problem with
Mhm.
the creation. So let me explain. Next part is I'm also going to be sharing with you how you can apply what I learned in the situation to your own situation so that you can also overcome self-sabotage, blah, 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 blah. Then you're talking about them, which is good.
Mhm.
The problem is that when you start with yourself, not with them, but how you have to do it is talk about them first,
Mhm.
then use yourself as a validation.
Mhm.
So, yo, today I'm going to help you to overcome procrastination so you can have infinite motivation to get to your goals, or get to achieve your big goal. This is talking about them. And then you can go be like, because this is exactly what happened with me 5 years ago. And I will tell the story how I overcome that and what led that, blah, blah, blah. You use yourself as the validation
That makes
to
sense.
the thing, because
Mhm.
people are self-centered. Why should I care? Why should I listen?
Mhm.
Why should I trust you? I do not know. The rest of the hook, I mapped out some problems. Is, for example, this one is, if you're on a long journey towards reaching some long-term goals, what that it was really unclear for me.
Mhm.
So I know you have a hard situation to describe who is exactly your ICP and like what goals they have, because you have people who have problems around self-sabotage, right? Uh, it's not that they are only entrepreneurs or this, that, and the other, but you have to be more specific. It's like really unclear, like the long journey towards reaching some long-term goals that did not tell anything. And the issue with not being specific is it does not create an emotional reaction inside the person when they're watching the video.
Mhm.
The more specific we are to their situation, the more likely we are going to get them to watch the whole video or get the hook to actually convert.
Mhm.
So in this scenario, what I can say to you is give specific examples.
Mhm.
So now if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a professional, if you're just an average guy, doesn't matter who you are, you have a huge goal that you want to reach. That could be this, that, the other. Give examples. If one resonates, it's much better than just saying long journey, long-term goal. And if
Mhm.
you give examples, even if the example is not what they are living through, they think about their own example.
Mhm.
Like they're in their own mind, their own example comes up.
That makes sense.
Yes. The next problem in this part of the hook is the same, which is theoretical. This is really theoretical. You will know that there are different bottlenecks that come up on the path and that you might end up stuck. You might end up dealing with all kinds of situations where you're holding yourself back, getting in your own way. And so there could be all sorts of situations that come up with that. This is just really theoretical. You said nothing that people can resonate with because this is just thinking about it and not living. So
Mhm.
what you should have said is that you know that the next time you sit down to work on your business, your work, or do the thing, you will be thinking whether you should do this, that, the other, or something like something will come up. Let's say you will feel tired. You will be thinking about doing something else. But this now again is in the real life. This what you said there is just theory,
Mhm.
thinking about it. So that's not really a good idea because people do not resonate with theory.
Mhm.
So far, do we have any questions?
No, I think that's all good.
Okay,
Mhm.
let's go with to the next line, which is basically this channel is about being able to pinpoint what those underlying reasons are. Again, doesn't really matter. I do not care what this channel is about. You
Mhm.
haven't made me wanna listen to you yet to wanna know about your channel. And the next part, I feel like it's just a long yap,
Mhm.
not why it matters for me. And there's one thing which really, as I was listening to the video, not by reading the script, just confused me, is this, like resistances. It's just too much complexity. Another idea came up. We
Mhm.
are really theoretical, but now we are talking about some kind of resistance. Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm unsure. It's
Mhm.
just so many ideas, and I'm unclear what's happening. So I rather not watch the video than try to figure out these sorts of things. So you have to simplify a lot.
Mhm.
The next thing is the last sentence you had: to help you achieve consistent frictionless productivity in the direction of your goals. Tell me, Emerald, why is this the last thing? Like, why is this the last
Mhm.
sentence you say in your hook? Like, this is the most important. This should be in the start of the video. This video, I'm going to share with you X so you can get consistent frictionless productivity in the direction of your goals.
Mm.
Okay, I'm listening, but it's literally the last sentence in your hook, and it's like, until I get to the point where I should care about this at all,
Gotcha.
I'm lost. Now, again, like the big changes here is too much yap. Like
Mhm.
there was just too much, too many ideas, too little answers to why should I care, why should I trust you, why should I give you my attention. Again, I didn't write this down, but too much complexity and too much theory.
Mhm.
I actually, the other videos, are they like this?
No, this one's a bit different because I like decided to do one kind of
Okay.
off the cuff, and like I was like, okay, hang on, let me try this out because I have been more about like, okay, here's how you do it. And I just watched a video that was like, oh, actually, like the more you can kind of put a human experience into it, the better that those videos do. And I'm like, well, let me just try, and I'll just talk about my experience of overcoming self-sabotage and how people can apply that so that they know that this is something that isn't just generic advice, but it's coming from experience. But I think you're totally right about like the structuring, because I think I was just like, okay, let's 30 minutes, let's just like, get the video out,
Exactly. But on the other hand, like there's a lot to learn here, because what I'm trying to say with this a lot to learn is you can make a really unscripted and natural feeling video, but if you position the first, especially the first part, right, it's going to be much better for the listener, because it's like, I do not know what's happening here. I'm not going to actually watch this video. So this is why I think this is really crucial. Now, I haven't had the time to watch through the whole video, but I assume there is too many you again and tangents than what actually matters for them in this exact video. I can be wrong here because I haven't watched it, but this is my assumption based on the hook. And we all know the hook is the most important after they click. And if the hook is kind of like not structured, if it's unstructured, I feel like the script is the same as well, where you talk about the experience, but it's not clear what's the benefit, why it matters for them. And so it becomes like a mess, I would say. So it's, I basically like, how this is like, break it to pieces. No, what's the saying for this? Like I shred it apart. I do not know. This specific video, maybe it wasn't the best video to take apart, but I feel like there's a lot of oh my god, I cannot speak. A lot of ideas or things to learn from this as well. So even if you want to do a video similar to this, you now know how to do it properly.